Tennessee Tech head coach Matt Bragga, fifth season of his second stint in his 20th year overall at Tennessee Tech. Team picked fifth in the preseason poll. Coach, the season's here. Talk about just some general impressions of your squad entering 2026.
Yeah, like everybody, Kyle, excited to get started. It's been I think for everybody in the at least our part of the country and north of us probably has had to battle the weather like crazy. It's been the most interesting 4 weeks I can remember in terms of cold and things of that nature. And I know some of those guys up north are like, quit whining, Bragg. I'm not whining at all. It's been a challenging preseason for everybody because of weather. But we're coming off a really good year, 37 wins last year. 18 in the OVC. Both of those were the high marks in the league, highest RPI in the league last year. We understand that was last year, and we lost some really good pieces. We've got some great pieces back. We've added what I believe is one of the best recruiting classes we've ever had. 16 newcomers. 10 of them are four-year transfers, two JUCO transfers, and then four high school transfers. And I hope people overlook us. I think that would be great. I cherish that. And so, I can't wait to watch these guys play. It's a great group of young men that have worked really, really hard. And, we've had a really, really good preseason.
So you've been doing this for a while. How do you approach each season to keep it fresh, new, and different than like past seasons you've had as a head coach?
I think that comes down to, more new players than ever. So it's fresh every year. I mean, when you're replacing roughly half your team each year, it's easy to keep things fresh, and you don't want to do that. You'd like to have pieces back that learn the system and continue to grow within the system. But we understand, a young man wins MVP of the league and he gets a full ride plus 100 some thousand dollars to go to a different school. That's just the nature of the beast these days. And so it's something we're dealing with. But as a coach, what you'll do at the end of the year is you'll look back and say, okay, where do we need to grow? What can we do better? Because the year didn't finish how we wanted it to. We were one and done in the tournament. And I think we're better than that. And so you look back and say, where can we improve? And so we've made some changes to make sure that we are improving to get better, so we have a better finish this season.
With a bunch of newcomers now on rosters, where does the most development take place from the beginning of school through fall ball, through the preseason now, or is it from February to, the beginning of May?
Honestly, probably I'll always live on this. I think the fall is the part where you really are able to implement a system and get to know your guys, and your guys really get to know you. So I think fall is still of the utmost importance, and probably where the most development happens and where the most like learning of your team and them learning of you as a coaching staff happens. So I value that portion of the schedule as much as any. And even though I can't wait to play games, I think it's one of the reasons we all coach. There's some competitiveness to what we do. The fall, I would say, from a developmental standpoint, is the most valuable part.
Before you play those conference games, though, you have some non-conference games, including Texas A&M, so you're not starting off easy. Just talk about that non-conference portion of your schedule.
Yeah, it's probably the uh, on paper, the most difficult one we've ever had since I've been here. And I think it's already sold out. I think that's why kids come to play college baseball. That's why young men come to play. The next weekend, we play Ohio University. The next weekend, we have a tournament at home with Illinois, Chicago, Notre Dame, Alabama A&M. Then we go to Georgia Southern and goes out the non-conference slate with Mercer. So it's a challenging non-conference slate, and it's one you schedule about 2 years in advance. And I think it's one we scheduled for a reason. I think we believe that it's not, we believe in this program. We believe in these guys. We believe in our system. We believe in our coaching staff. Most importantly, like I already said, we believe in our players. And so we're going to have a great preseason. We'll be challenged. We understand that. But that's what this thing's all about.
What are the lessons your team learns by playing different styled teams in the non-conference that really, helps them when they get to OVC action?
Yeah, I mean, no question about it because there's different styles in the OVC. and that's changed over the years. There's teams in our league that are really run oriented, really like to run, put pressure on the defense. They like to bunt, put pressure on the defense that way. And there are teams in the league that kind of sit back and say, hey, we're going to Earl Weaver style and wait for the 3-run homer or the 2-run double. And so I think that's important in non-conference play to get a mix of that. And so I think we've got that in our non-conference slatings.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time as always. Best of luck to you and the Golden Eagles all of 2026.
Thank you so much, Kyle. Appreciate you, man.